You need good health to survive the stresses of big city. Sometimes you want to escape, to run away from the strain, the pressures, the chaos. And we do run away from the city, to breathe the ocean air or to roam the forest. We yearn to do this intuitively, but often the opportunity evades us. Either there is no ocean near, or the forest is beyond our reach, too far away, in the middle of nowhere. So, what's the answer? The scientists offer us relief. They develop unique natural products such as Bioeffectives, products from the forest based on conifer needles, produced by an Australian-Russian company, Sologran. We've called these natural biologically active substances bioeffectives because they offer a unique effectiveness. This unique effectiveness is connected with the material itself, the conifer needle. 150 million years ago, the pine and fir appeared on Earth. Since then, many species have become extinct, but the conifer species have endured and they stand out with their enormous biological power within. Scientific research has revealed that the conifer needle contains an enormous amount of useful material, such as vitamins, carbohydrates, amino acids, and minerals. Products based on these needles successfully replace antibiotics. They treat infections, cancer, ulcers, and myocardial infarction. And there are almost zero side effects. Modern technologies have realized the potential within these needles to solve vital problems connected with health and prolong active life. Bioeffectives have shown outstanding results in many areas, including cosmetology, animal husbandry, and agriculture. Today, science is proving it. Tomorrow, everyone will be able to experience it. The history of Sologran Limited began in 1993. 10 years later, in 2003, the company had already reached the Australian and German stock exchanges. Sologran is a public company. There are more than 2,000 shareholders. It is headed by its board of directors. Peter Stadwell is the company's secretary. Dennis Kilroy is a strategy and business development consultant. Charles Pellegrino deals with management and international marketing. The chairman and founder of the company is Vagiv Sultanov, an honorary Doctor of Science of the St. Petersburg Forest Technical Academy, PhD of Chemistry, and a qualified medical practitioner. The company consists of Russian scientists and Australian businessmen, and has close connections with specialists of the leading clinics and research medical institutions in Russia. The Tomsk plant, operating with the most latest unique and innovative technology, is the pride of Sologran. When I started running the company in 1992, nobody believed it would be possible to obtain this level of documentation, regard it as a serious paper, and use it later for registration in the West. Today, the company has 22 patents. 4 of them are international ones. And if we have to apply for 10 more patents tomorrow, we have enough material for it as well. Sologran is a company that operates within the Australian market, but its roots are in Russia. The story began about a century ago in Russia, in the St. Petersburg Forest Technical Academy. The founder of the conifer needle extraction process and a new scientific branch, forest biochemistry, was Fyodor Timofeyevich Solotsky, an academy graduate. Solotsky in the 30s had already thought about the utilization of the crown of the tree. It was material that went to waste. But it is alive. For example, a pine, 95% of the so-called living elements from the tree are found in its needles. That's the very core of the subject. Solotsky started his research with the study of the chemical composition of needles. And very soon he started to isolate a class of organic substances from them that became precursors of the first range of medicines. This is a higher doctoral research dissertation by Fyodor Solotsky. It contains a report with all his papers written up to this time. Then, when we were working in the laboratory, a book, volume 119, was published that looked like this. This is a book of collected papers written up to that moment. I take care of these books. You see, this is the utilization of the live elements of trees. Solotsky's research went from the laboratory to manufacturing, at the experimental educational facility in Lysina, where the main product, chlorophyll keratin paste, was made. Also concentrated vitamin C, essential oils, conifer water extract for baths. 10 products in total were produced in Lysina. Part of the product was delivered to the cosmetic and soap manufacturers, where Lesnoye and Carmen soap, famous at that time, were made. They started using the green conifer needle in different areas, including animal husbandry and agriculture. New types of feed are made at the farm feed kitchen, hay and coniferous flour. Its making is mechanized. This machine reprocesses 2.5 tons of flour in 8 hours. Hay flour doesn't yield to best concentrates in respect of containing proteins. Coniferous flour is a perfect feed with vitamins and a condiment to main food for pigs, chickens, and geese. They were experimenting and researching. Solotsky succeeded in finding a method that helped to liberate a large complex of active ingredients from the needle almost without modifying it. Nowadays, the company produces many natural preparations from needles. They differ in properties and using, but their origin is Professor Solotsky's Bioeffective A, or chlorophyll keratin paste, that leads the list. Nowadays, Solotsky's legacy lives on with Leningrad. It researches conifer chlorophyll keratin paste, its potential, its new properties, and its possible applications. Not long ago, it was thought that nerves, smoking, and alcohol caused stomach diseases. But in 1983, Australian scientists Barry Marshall and Robin Warren proved a bacteria named Helicobacter pylori caused peptic ulcers. This work culminated in a Nobel Prize, and doctors got an opportunity to cure peptic ulcers with antimicrobial agents. The leading Russian clinics and institutions got involved in tests of Bioeffective A in the treatment of Helicobacter pylori. Products based on this paste demonstrated excellent efficacy. This bacteria is killed under the influence of comparatively small amounts of chlorophyll keratin paste. It is significant because these diseases are not often cured with antibiotics. In the St. Petersburg Pasteur Institute, Bioeffective A was tested for one more common infection, Trichomoniasis vaginalis. This problem is rather intimate, that's why it is not widely discussed. Now we have very convincing data for these products' effectiveness in trichomoniasis therapy. It is the name of a culprit which affects both men and women, and unfortunately can cause infertility. It's a very important issue these days. In 1994, the International Agency for Research on Cancer called Helicobacter pylori a carcinogen of the first order and accepted it could cause stomach and esophageal cancer. We started clinical research of conifer chlorophyll keratin paste. We chose patients with pre-cancerous stomach disease. We were giving them Bioeffective A and were monitoring them 6 months after this. In other words, we noted the symptoms and indications they had before treatment and after it. We got the following results: a registered improvement of functional stomach activity. Also, patients stopped complaining of constant gastrointestinal problems. The most important thing is that precancerous symptoms regressed. Working with the Australian company Sologrand's product Bioeffective A, we have noticed it has excellent antibacterial effect. Furthermore, it does not influence organisms negatively. It does not cause dysbiosis. Bioeffective A is a powerful antibacterial agent for various infections, including golden staph, MRSA, and MRSA. And maybe the most important thing is that it's a pure conifer needle extract, a well-balanced natural complex with high curative properties that has almost nil side effects. Dealing with such a mixture of substances, you understand this complex may be used everywhere, and its applications were really proven throughout the Second World War, especially during the siege of Leningrad. On the 29th of August 1941, the army of Nazi Germany cut all mainline railroads connecting Leningrad with the country. The blockade and starvation started. People of the occupied city had a ration 75 grams of bread a day and nothing else. The scurvy started. Everyone then had the scurvy. Blood ran from the gums. When you bit something, the gums bled. This was such a disease. Everyone was swollen. Here comes an old woman, but look at her. Indeed, it's a girl with a swollen face. It's horrific to look at. Even today, it's painful to recollect it. The city under siege needed vitamins. The War's Technical Academy offered to use Solodky's preparations from conifer needles. There was enough material surrounding Leningrad. Production was quickly organized. The branches were cut, then it was cut into pieces, without branches, without pitch. The pitch shouldn't be there, only the greens. They covered it with cold water. Valeria Mikhailovna was only 17 when she and her friends started working in the conifer needle processing plant. When everything was ready, the water was very bitter, dark green bitter water. After manufacturing, the needle drink was sent to the army, to the hospitals, and to the kindergartens. The drink was not tasty, but it was natural. Children didn't like it, but they had to drink it to survive.
Мы не понимали, что это такое, это понятно, да?
We didn't understand what it was, so we were not very keen, but our carers made us drink it and told us it was very useful. My husband, for example, was in the siege of Leningrad. He was a child, and they got these pine extracts in the nursery. We can say they were natural vitamins, and he remembers they called them the elixir of life. No army hospital in Leningrad worked without chlorophyll keratin paste. It was used for septic wounds, treatment of severe burns, and frostbite. Pine extract was used as antiseptic in surgery. Certainly, this product passed the test of time. You can't find a better place to trial medicine, a whole city that became an open hospital during 900 days, in summer and winter and autumn, in spring. It was a test of immeasurable scale. Today, Leningrad produces a number of natural products made from green conifer. Bioeffective A, Bioeffective B, Bioeffective S, and finally there is a unique, let's say extraordinary product, Bioeffective R. Its medicinal form is called Ropren.
Ropren is a product that is like nothing that's been seen before in the pharmaceutical industry. It's a product that is so multifaceted, it's almost incredible for people when they hear about it.
Ropren is derived from the very delicate and refined processing of conifer needles. It's a long chain of isoprenoid alcohols, polyprenols, which are synthesized both by man and all living organisms. They convert in the body to dolichols, key elements of the dolichol phosphate cycle. There is currently great interest in them all over the world. Scientists of Leningrad were the first in the world to successfully produce them in commercial quantities. Generally, we have developed technology which is extremely effective and allows us to isolate these substances from conifer needles with a high level of purity. Polyprenols are involved in the synthesis of glycoproteins. In other words, they make an exchange between carbohydrates and proteins in a cell membrane, regenerating an